Hey everybody, this is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So every morning you can catch me live streaming. If you want to trade along with me, I'm showing basically people how I scalp every day to make hundreds of dollars a day and sometimes a lot more. I actually have over 5 trading sessions a day with different traders. I do something that's called quarterbacking, where I will call the trades that I see. I'm a very indicator-driven trader, and I'll go into that a little bit based on what, and then we're going to go into live trading. That has just happened this morning that you could have been there along with me if you wanted to. The first thing we do is we go and we have a scanner and we try to find the large caps or mega caps that are moving at least 100,000 volume per 1 minute candle. That gives me the movement I need on the level 2 to get in and out of very, very short-term scalps. So this is a custom coded scanner to do all those things. And you can get that over at the $1 Million Margin Club. I have a link for it. It's $4.99. You don't have to buy it to get these types of stocks. It just assures that I'm going to get what I need for scalping purposes. And then you'll see, I just recently changed this layout, and then you'll see my mess of a layout here that is very, very handy. This is available over there at the $1 Million Margin Club if you want this too. But you can build this. I have so many videos that shows you how to build layouts, and I do have a lot of free layouts and a lot of free scripts if you just look over in the channel and try to find them. Remember, when you find the scripts and the layouts, you highlight them and copy, or push Control-C or highlight and right-click and copy. Then you go over to the setup wheel over here. You open it up and you go to Import Item. So you'd go here and you'd go, or Open Shared Item, right? And when you open the shared item, then you're going to push Control-V. It will come in there. You press Preview. You can rename it and you import it. And if you don't do it that way, if you just click on the link, it's going to say it's an error. So it's going to try to prompt you on what to do. So remember, it'll be in your studies if you do it just like I said. A lot of people have been having trouble with that. So anyway, that's what you do when you're going back to the 400 videos and you see free stuff in the information. Remember, that's how you load stuff into Thinkorswim. Everybody has a different way to do it. We also do, I have coded a lot of scripts for TraderView as well. And everything can be found over at the $1 Million Margin Club. I have a link for that. And then I have a link for my 6 favorite books, which are down there. So anything you can do to support me by purchasing any of those items from my different sponsors, of course, helps me. But other than that, everything on this channel is free. I don't charge for anything. And I'm doing little mini courses, literally every video, on how to do different styles of trades, where we're bringing strategies from different books. We'll talk about them together with the trading group here, and then we go ahead and trade live. So I have lots of live videos, and like I said, you can come on and see them in the mornings. Right now we're doing scalping. So let me show you how we've been doing this month. So when you just to show you, when you're done trading, you can go over here and you open this up, and then you can export your trades. So, you want to, and then when you export them, you bring them in. So they come in just like how Charles Schwab reports them, and then they come into here. So like I said before, there's no shenanigans that can happen. So our goal this month is to do $150 minimum a day, up to $500 a day, to see how we are at the end of the month. So right now we're at $6,000. So the people that have been following along, I know a lot of people in the studio here. I'm trading in the studio. I have traders up here on this floor. I have traders down on another floor that are trading, and a lot of them trade along right with me on Zoom, or some of them are just doing their own thing, and we all trade together as a team and compare notes and things like that. So it's like a studio of traders. But anyway, so this is what we are going for this month. And here I was about to say that Charlie, who handles the chat for all of our high volume, large share size traders. She handles the chat. And when we're not doing that, like on the RV strategy, is when we usually trade that, which is 10 a.m. on the East Coast time in the United States and the New York Stock Exchange. We've been doing a little later, sometimes 10:30, sometimes 11, and we've been adapting that strategy in Day Trading Volume 1, which I have a link to, which was put out in 2022, I believe, that kind of changed the way people trade, because it was a strategy to trade large caps that is extremely successful and effective. Kind of adapted that to show you guys how to scalp a little bit better, because I've been scalping a long time. And this is not a momentum type of scalping where you're jumping in off of a catalyst, off of news, and you're racing in, you're dropping 10,000 shares, and you're making big money if it doesn't go against you, or you're blowing your account if it does go against you. This is a much more conservative type of strategy for beginners. And, I think it's very, very safe. Now, it may not seem like beginners if you're just watching this and you know nothing about trading. As with anything, it takes time, a little bit of a learning curve to understand how to set up your layout, which I have multiple videos on how to build your own layout where I go into exact detail. So you do have to put some time in. But in building them yourself, you really start to understand a lot of stuff. So anyway, we're doing pretty good. This just happened today. So I'll show you the live video for that today, right after this clip is done. And this is what I traded it on. And here's what I ended up making in just about a half hour today. I got in late today. Normally I start, even before market opens, you'll see me pick the stocks and everything, but I had an appointment today. So I came in a little later. And just started trading with Charlie here and some of the other people in the studio. But what we're looking for is, we're looking at the engine that sort of keeps track of all the short-term trades, which is the Scalp Pro meter, and then we compare that again when to get out. This is averaging the last 9 candles and giving you a target. This is the risk oscillator. Obviously, I'm watching the news. And then on the day chart, I've changed this a little bit, guys, if you've been following along. But because I have the social sentiment here now too. This is a free indicator you can go get at the $1 Million Margin Club, which shows you that 100,000 volume minimum. So then you can see if you clicked on a stock, like, hey, does it make the goal? This is a special capital one that I use to make sure I'm not holding margin into a trade. And of course, these are your ATR levels, half and whole, which are really, really important because they're type of historical data that helps you trade. Lots of videos on that. I'm not going to go into all that detail again. This is the active trader, level 2, time and sales, which sometimes I have on, sometimes I don't. 15-minute chart with the market pulse telling you how the overall market's doing in a 15-minute time frame. This is telling you on a 5-minute time frame. This is a 5-minute chart here. So, and then this is a 5-minute chart as well. So, this is the only 5-minute. I can see I don't have my other 5-minute charts up. Usually I have a 2-day up here too. I don't know why. But anyway, multi-chart alignment, very important. It's shown in vertical lines over here. When like these traders were all going in, knowing that it was a green candle for them, would tell you that most likely it's going to go up. These gray lines are whole and half dollar lines. What you're trying to do is, I'm not trying to overcomplicate what you're seeing here, as much data as you can get with historical data and with price action, which so many people trade on the even dollar and the half dollar. Showing where those are is helpful to you. You can see inside the candles what the action is with this indicator, amazing indicator, as well as it has alerts when the volume goes higher on see, a volume went higher on this candle than the last candle as it's going up, which tells you it's going to keep going up. These types of indicators are just priceless. There's your ATR level I was just talking about, which is going to be a big wall. Picture an insect hitting a windshield. When price action gets up there, get ready for it to stop or turn around. That's historical data. So you want to have historical data figured out, and there's lots of videos about how to do it. Fibonacci levels, I show you how to do it, or just marking where price action has stopped and abruptly turned around, which I don't seem to have because we've gone further past those dates. But yeah, you would take it again, watch the videos, but see how it's just abruptly turned around here. So you would let me just clear this out for a second, guys, for you guys. Let me just clear the drawing set so it's easier to see where we're at, right? So let's just mark this, right? Would be historical data. Why wouldn't you want to mark where the stock abruptly turned around, right? And then we'd mark this level down here, probably smooth it across for the most contacts. Again, in this area, and we go down here. Now, these may come into play if your price action is near them, and they may not, So you respect them till you don't. But let's zoom into here on a 1 minute. That's the 340.64. It's on a 5-minute chart. So let's go into 340.64. Let's go back a little bit. So there's the price level that I just marked, right? Now, we marked it from the day before. Let's see how the price action respected that level. So you can see it's hovering around it. It's not perfect, but it did tell you, look at that, how well this is the blue line right here, how well it respected it. Here, turned around, so all the way across, this would be a level you'd want to, keep track of. You'd want to know your patterns. And then I don't have the fibs marked here, but let's go ahead and do that. So you get an idea. Sorry, I've been away from the microphone there. Let's get an idea on a 10-day, right? 10-day 5-minute chart. You can mark low to high or high to low, but you always mark left to right, right? So you always do that. Let's get up to the high here, right there. And then the low is right down here at the 60. Let's just see what that does on a 1-minute chart. See how those came into play as the day, because you don't get much older than the Fibonacci level for historical data. That's considered to be nature's mathematical formula. I'm just going to kind of open up the data that we had today a little bit just to see how well it came into play. So as you can see, the Fibonacci level right there, turn the price action around right here, turn the price action around. Again, it's like fading off of it here. Would you not want that level? I don't know why you wouldn't want this level. See how it's just saying, hey, you're hitting a wall here. Maybe you should look out. And then the other way you set it, historical data, is you do it on a 2-day Fibonacci. So since I don't have the chart set up, let's just do it on 2 days here real quick. Then we'll get into some live trading. Now let's mark this 2-day level, and this is a process I go through on every stock that I'm going to trade. We can't take that level because that didn't exist. So we would have taken this level, and we'll make this a different color. So we know that it's a 2-day and it's more recent historical data. And then let's go back to the 1 minute and see how that Fibonacci level helped us out. Now, what you're trying to do when you scalp is you're trying to create channels. You're trading in channels. Short, long, short, long. See how you went up here, and then it basically told you off that level it's going to go down. Then it told you off this level it might go back up. Now you also have the whole and half dollar. You also had a fib right here, which is something you could read. Look at how it respected it right along here. That's the 2-day fib level we just set. Here again is the 10-day 5-minute fib level. Let's follow these across with the price action. It seems like there's a fib level right here, but that isn't. That's the market magnet, which is an amazing indicator. But let's just see, it basically made a channel to trade in here. Now as we get up higher, I think we've left, that one sort of told you right now, beware this fib level. So, and it turned around. This is the MACD, another amazing indicator. So I have a lot of videos that show you about these indicators that are used for prop firms, by pro traders, and it's really something you should get into. If you're getting advice that indicators don't do anything, it's bad advice. Any pro trader will tell you that they use indicators of some sort. You can't even see any direction a stock's going to go without an ATR, an average true range level. How far is it going to go that day? Look at your biggest traders. Go to their videos and see what they say. 99.9% mark historical data and use some type of indicator. It's the ones that don't really have a following that will say stuff. And people that say that you don't use historical data or you don't use indicators, that's what real traders do, no matter what you hear otherwise. Now, they don't all use the same indicators, of course not. And there are some traders that do not need indicators. They're that good. They're really that good. But most traders would want to have an indicator just to back them up. I mean, they don't want to be, absolutely correct all the time. If I remember that historical data, I don't need any darn line to tell me where it is. Of course not. Guys, you want to mark it out. Look at how that fib turned it around. So that would have had me go short in this area as it faded. But I'd be looking at the other indicators, as I got there to see for short term. And you'll see me call it right on the screen, live trading. For short term, there's the 9 moving average. There's the 14. There's the 20. What happened? The sellers are at the top here, 96%, 100%. This is going to continue to go down. It broke down off the fib. Everything's telling you it's going to continue to go down. The 5-minute chart is saying it's going down. This volume just surpassed as it was going down. So this is not a time you would want to jump on long. There's a momentum indicator telling you it's going to go down. Now, at some point, it will turn around, and it might retrace. It's showing signs of recovery. I was looking at the level 2, showing signs of recovery there of turning around. You can also get lost in the micro data because the 15-minute says it's still going up. It was just recovering as we were talking about it there. But the 5-minute says it's still going way down. So I would love to have some sort of historical data support level right where it's breaking down off of that. So we're up here to that, way up here. We're up at this level. So where it turned around right here, I might have drawn something here, how abrupt that was. Where it's smoothed across here. Although I don't hold as much sway on after and pre-market. Let's just see what line 7 did for us here as we got over here. There it is. So on a 5-minute, line 7 was telling you that look out. And it spiked here and went back down off of it. So you just don't know. Is that going to be an amazing level that'll hit every time and stop? Or is it just maybe, I always act to tell you, antiquated to like putting a shackle on you and it's holding you from going a direction. Can you break that shackle or is it going to pull you down, And when you're getting on a momentum move, I tell you, when you see this thing start to go up and you see that alarm go off, it's like you're on a surfboard waiting for a wave and you're going to jump on that wave. You don't want to stay on it very long. You don't want to hit the rocks, but you got a good ride there for 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents. And this will tell you how far you should go, the risk oscillator. So these things they're not made up numbers, they're based on current data in the moment. So you should watch more videos about that, and I have links, and if you want to get them yourself. But anyway, let's break in. I'm going to quick intro, and then we'll break into live trading. Thanks for being here today. Don't forget to see me every morning live. The video is going to probably come to an abrupt end because it was a live stream. So I'll tell you now, be careful out there. Thanks for being here, and go green, and I will see you soon.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success. Every morning, join the professor, a former math teacher turned pro trader, and watch him trade live for free, sharing proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor is not a licensed financial advisor. Consult a licensed financial advisor before following any demonstrations you see here. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss a live session.
I'm going now, Ken, so you know. Okay, let's see how we do. So yeah, I'm looking for the a bounce down here again, more like the the $0.50 level to try to ride that up. See how we do with that on we're at 64 was the low on the bid. Looking for a little bit of a pullback here before we jump on. I still think the move's up. So we'll see how it goes. Keeping the share size low. It's bouncing on that 14. Well, looks like it's not going to go down. It's only going to go up. There it goes. Give me a little bit better. 63 it hit for a split second. So hey, that is the turnaround right there. The even dollar. May have to get in market just to get it. Let's see. There it goes. Give me a bit more of a drop there. Definitely looks like it wants to go up here, so I'm just trying to get, oh, that was not a good dip. I was trying to get in the 70-cent range, and it flipped to 89 right when I grabbed it. Just try to get out real quick. I don't really like that position, so I'm going to try to get out. Yeah, see, that's what I was waiting for. It was a little lower down here. So now I'm unfortunately, the maggots should pull up, though, so I'm holding out. I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, that was too bad. That right as I hit the bid, it flipped on me. Although I'd still be in a bad position here either way, but not quite as bad as it is. Here it goes. Let's break through the 41, please. We're moving up to 341. We're not done going up now. Come on. It's right where it peaked, you know, right at the market opening. Now it's starting to hurt me a larger amount than I want to get upside down on this to bail out of. No new news on this. But yeah, now it's getting painful. So I have to figure out about an exit here. I'm not going to add into this, so I need some sign of a recovery here pretty quickly. Let me just take this for a second here. The tweezer move right there, 339 even. Which is a painful move on 100 shares. We're going to give it a little bit of time here to see if it's going to come back. This might just be a pullback. It's a little retracement, a little more than I was wanting to weather, but it's doing it. If this shows some strength here on volume, it might be worth adding now to half my position, but it keeps fading back to the even dollar, so there it goes. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance there on it and getting ready to get out in a hurry if it fades. There's 08. So I'm in half my position now. Hoping it's going to break that historical data that I marked earlier, which is basically on nothing to me, on a peak right there. So that's nothing to really be excited about. There it goes. That's much closer to my position now, just 18 cents off for a second. Making its recovery. Let's get up there. Green for the day. Now can I get green on this trade, a decent trade? There we go. So we'll take that. So it ended up being okay. And I didn't want to get over greedy, so I got out. For those of you that just joined, I wasn't on this morning. I thought I was going to be. I had an appointment I didn't realize. So I'm doing a little bit here, catch up here with Charlie. make sure we get a little bit of green in for the month for today. So thanks for being here. You can see that some of the some of my screens changed. I've added a clock up here, and then I've added the date over here, and then there's another ticker down here that's on a rotation that's not being shown right now. Right below my arrow disappears under it. That should come up on a rotation here, but it seems to be off right now. I don't know why, but I think it might be a few minutes before that comes back on. And then it just has general trivia on stocks and stuff and information about the professor and things like that that you can expect to see every morning. We're still toying around with it. So hopefully it'll be something people can, although most of you are just listening and doing your own thing and don't have time to zoom in on the screen. But on the replays, you could see it too, obviously. All right, back to business here. So it turned abruptly around at 341. You can see the buyers, the volume didn't go up, but it actually went down. So it seems like it's going to fade again here. I did have a short just before we turned it on, and it went against me. I had a short right here, and then I had to recover somewhere in here, and I got to be plus again, and now I just got plus again here. But I'm tending to want to go long bias, so I worry about just taking a short off that level. I'd rather have it drop and then maybe pick it up again down there where I was. Like I got it at like 340, 50 cents originally or something. I don't remember. So that's the momentum indicator sending it down. So that's an increase. You can see buyers drop too, so it does seem more like it wants to go down here. So we'll wait a second. There it goes. How far is that puppy going to drop? It was into the 30-cent range for a second. 33, I think, was the low. I'm going to take that if I can get it. 25. There we go. Okay. So hopefully that's a good call. We'll see. There it is. That was a good call. That was a good enough trade. Let's see if we can pick it up again down there. Hit 14 cents for a second. I like the way it's swailing here, so see if I can get it down there. So I got it at 16 cents. Really all over the board here. Danger zone here for sure, the way it's moving down. Tried to pick that up. 29, there we got it. So we broke $100. Are you picking those up, Charlie? Those are pretty quick. Oh, I had it at 200 still, so that's why it seemed like it was recovering quickly. That's a bit risky. Oh, you didn't. Good. Okay. Yeah, I didn't take mine back down to 100. But that got it green fast. It could have also gone red fast too. So I was entering half my position rather than a quarter of my position. So I wasn't going to trade at all. I have a bunch of stuff to catch up on, but decided to jump on with Charlie here. But I was going to be on. I forgot that I couldn't come on this morning because of an appointment that I couldn't get out of. So I'm back now and try to get a little bit of this in besides the normal stuff I got to do every single day that isn't just trading. So hope you guys have been doing okay. Now I just started marking all this out on intraday, and I used yesterday's levels so I could pop on quick on Tesla. It's one of the few stocks that's actually moving up. AMD's going down. Nvidia's going up. Palantir is down. Hood is down. Apple is up. Gonna wait some of these moves again. definitely traversing a fairly large area here. Oh, there we go. The ticker started again. Remember, if you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money. These are wise little statements. All right. I'm not sure if people are going to be able to read that when they're trading, but I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so let's look for a dip down here again on that level where we made a good trade. Magnet looks like it might pull down. The volume was at the top of this, but now it's turned around, so slowing down a little bit here. We're just about hitting the 10:30 East Coast time. A lot of people jump out at that time. Some people still consider it to be the morning power hour. Come on, give me a drop, guys. That 66 cents is just too high. I need something down here, a little bit lower down here. I don't like it. It's just right in the middle here, so I got nothing. Because it's about to make a big swing, either up or down, and I don't want to be the wrong end of it here. Yeah, so that's 339 is way... Do I have another one of those? Yeah, way down there. There's 339. So it was all the way down here earlier. 336. If I go long in here, it's a bit of a risk, according to, the most recent data, but it's really just sitting here and consolidating. That's just for Tesla. That's just too tight of a consolidation. I don't trust it. And again, I don't want to go short, so we're waiting for a dip. So it's just a waiting game here. Unless, I jump in higher here, which is a possibility if it keeps stair-stepping up slowly. There's the 341. Looking for that to be a dip now. That's how I'm getting impatient here, looking for a dip a little bit higher than we've been taking them. 67. Oh, again, that was not exactly where I wanted it, but try to catch that. Got a little trade out of that, which could have been a bigger trade had I hung on to it. Let's see. Try to get it at the 69, canceling. Swailing down a little bit more, so I've got to be careful picking it up too high here. Just waiting for what can be the perfect entry based on indicator data. Okay, I was right at the 50 cents. Hit it at the 46. It's not picking me up. Come on. Still swailing up, so if it picked me up here, I'd be happy with that. Now I'm not. Okay, I'm going to get out of that. Okay. I saw the lower swale. I'm like, no, I'll try that though. 31. Come on. There you go. Ah, it had 18 bucks per second, which would have been fairly decent. There it comes. There's one more swale, and boom, pick me up. Oh, come on. That hit 19 bucks up there. Oh, I'm way higher than. Oh, there's a lot of them at that price. It wasn't getting me, but it finally did. So maybe it's bottom to keep trying to. Yeah, it seemed like it was just going to turn around. I should have probably hung in a little longer there. As always, but green's green. It's stepping up. Hit down to the 50 cents again for a second. 47. Look at it go down over. You can see it going down. It's going to swale down. So hang on. Don't jump in it yet. It's going to go down. Oh, it passed it. Okay. Well, it looked like it was going to go down, but it got bought up. And try that. 36 this time. I tried a little gain there real quick because the action started to swale down, so I just want to get out. But this price action coming in above me is good news, so should not continue to go down. It should swing up and just pick me up for a small trade there. I'll try again. 34. Nope, I'm going to get out of that. Okay. If it had to pick me up, it would have been a 30-cent plus trade already. So it really is stopping right around this 340.50, right in that area. We kind of look on the 5-minute. We kind of got a channel there. Again, I got stung going short up here, so I'm tentative about it. But it does seem to have hit kind of a wall up there at the 341.50. I may try it again, go short, because it is pulling back all the way back to, a whole dollar down. So, volume increased as it's going up. Early on, too. Not enough for me to jump in, though. Not the volume by itself there, so. Get me a dip down there. Get me another big dip. Looking for a dip down there. Need a 340.50 range. Okay, it hit it so fast I waited just in case. So I didn't actually pick it up because it hit it so fast. It went 30 cents down, so I thought it was going to keep going. There was nothing really stopping it from continuing to go down there, but that was an opportunity for a 30-cent trade. Another 30 bucks. I missed it. Being a little conservative. We met our goal. For those of you that just jumped on, I got on much later today because of an appointment. And I didn't realize I had until I was like, I can't go on and stream this morning. Oh, no. Usually I can work around the Zoom calls a lot easier than you guys aren't getting the word out, though, about the stream. So we're looking for a dip. It's toying with the 341 now. Do not want to go short till it gets a little higher up here. You can see how it was all the way up here. So, and a nice consolidating level here to go for it. Really does. Just kind of playing it long biased. So I might be more concerned than I really should be, honestly, because I'm losing a lot of trades in here. I get a better look at the Scalp Pro. It hit a wall at that 41, huh? Just hits a wall there. Keeps hitting it. I'm thinking about getting in. If it hits the 50 cents again, I will try to get in. 340.50. Looks like it's going down there. 64. There it goes. Tried to get it exactly at 50. Got it. Okay. So now, was that a mistake? Nope. Got a small trade out of that. Let's go again if it dips down. I actually think it's going to go up, so see if it can pick me up. Didn't. I'm going to get out. Looking for a better swale down. There was 52. Darn. That was it, huh? I'll try that. 57. Nope. I'm getting out. Just means canceling the move when I say getting out, because I'm trying to zoom in on the level 2 as well as the other indicators. So if it doesn't get me exactly when I see the spot, I need to reassess, so that's what sometimes I'll hold them if it looks like it's just waiting for the right move. Other times I need to reassess, because these are quick decisions based on a lot of the different indicators that I see all at once there. And then the price action on the level 2. All right, that was at 35. That was outstanding. Unless this is a huge flush, we want to hold this a little longer. If it comes back up, get a little greedier than I have been. Maybe I should have just taken that 20 bucks there. Spending too much time down at this level. I don't like it. Let's see here. Is this going to start to be the flush here? Yeah, I had a winning trade there. I got greedy to go for more. All right, what are you doing here? We were quite a few minutes when we were back here before. 339.40. So that's a whole $100 down that level. Is it gonna swale back up? It is. I'm gonna go ahead and get in there for the move up. Wow, it really looked like it was going to punch much higher than that, so I didn't get out right away. Try to pick it up there. That'll put me over 200 bucks if it grabs me. And it's not grab. There it goes. That should hit me now. Oh, wow. They ate those up fast. Come on. There you go. There you go. You're at my level. There we go. Broke 200. Now, maybe just holding that, it was just the fact that it was down here for so long on a 3-tier step on the 1 minute. You look at the 5 minute, it is going down. So I just thought, like, you know what? It got me once by being greedy, and I had to wait that out to make about the same amount of money. I could have got the trade twice. So I just got out quicker. But we could be holding that. The thing is I wouldn't have held it this long anyway, because we're not doing the RV, guys. I don't have the RV level set up. I'm just doing scalping, and we're just going to take that money as we see it. And you got to be patient. You got to wait it out until you see something that's worthy. Right now, we're kind of in the middle of where we were. I mean, this is the level I was buying before, but after what just happened, it's got me running a little scared. Let me go ahead and mark that tweezer move. So that's 39.80. Yeah, we may be getting a new lower entry to try to ride it long still. You know, market's showing things are down. Nvidia's still going up. I didn't know when its earnings were today, but I'm staying away from it on earnings day. It's kind of weird that the market's, reacting the way that it is off that news on Friday, which was pretty good news. Oh, excuse me. Assuming you have made your goal. Yep. Okay. So 150 was our minimum goal. We'll trade a little longer here. Happy Monday, everybody. Tomorrow I'll be back on the regular time, I believe. Man, I am tempted to go short off that 41. It's just been respecting that for quite a few minutes now. If it even gets up there, just. I'll mark it there just so I can see on the 5-minute what it looks like there. It's stopping at the 40.50 now. So if you tweezer move, which I believe is 80% accurate, if it's going to do it correctly, you move from 84 up to 60 cents up from the top, which is 41. So it should make it to complete this move. It should hit the 41. That's when I'd want to go short for the first time. It's getting close. 80% of the time, it will go that distance. That's in the candlestick pattern playbook if you don't have it. I'm actually going to go in sooner than that because I think it might fall off before that, everybody knowing that stat. Just picked up a small trade there. You can see the market magnet's about to push it up, so I did not want to stay in that short position. See how this is coming in above? So if that pops, it's like a springboard to blow it back to the 41. Looking to go long now, not short. Seeing how far it's going to dip. That could have been it. It hit in the 50-cent range for a second. Wow. Okay, I'll take that. It picked me up. Didn't even make the noise yet. Not going to get greedy on an upward move here. I'm just going to try to get a little bit. There we go. So we got up to 250. We went off that level. It seems to be continuing to respect. Yeah, I don't know why. That's not. I guess I just hit a bunch of spikes there with that on the 5-minute. What is that? Is that on the? Is that a tweezer move? Oh yeah, there's a tweezer move there. Yeah, I don't know. So this did fulfill what it was supposed to do. Now it's a tweezer move down. Definitely seemed. Now, I was originally playing this long biased for a reason, as you can see. So on the bigger picture, we want to keep that in mind. We get caught up in these micro moves here, and it's just, it can get a little, it can throw you off a little bit. So 15 minutes making a bit of a bull flag. Yeah, so if the 15-minute, that's what breaks. Yeah, so if that breaks up here on the 15-minute, which is a much more respected level, we could have a big move up to like 30, 342, 343. A lot of things to consider when you're looking at the patterns. No news really, nothing to consider there. This is even money on the targets on the risk oscillator. Coming up to the next 5 minute on the multi-chart alignment. So we'll see. For those of you that were trading without me this morning, I hope you did good. I had an appointment and I missed it. I missed being able to trade with everybody. Meaning like, not, I know I missed it because I wasn't here, but I mean I missed it like in a emotional sense. That's what I'm trying to say. So, okay, I'm not going to go short this time off the 341. Basically, I'm going to wait to see if it breaks this, because this is the second time it's making a little bit of a flat top. So let's see if it hits it a little stronger, and then I might go short a bit higher up here. Okay, it's going to break it. This is going to fade off again right there. It did. It was already 25 cents. I could have got. It's going to hit it again. Momentum indicator saying it's going to break it. Market magnets coming in here above it to spring it up. So I think it's going to break it. And we start looking up here how we want to play that. I think it's going to break it, but I'm not going to go long. What I mean is I'm waiting for a better area to go short is what I mean. Like get it a little bit higher up there. Even though I'm long biased. Okay, so it went to 08. Dropped off again. That's just too many hits there. It's going to punch. So that's, yeah, 50 cents easily. It could hit up there. Yeah, there it goes. So it went up to 16 cents. Let's wait a little bit more. If I'd gone in short up there, I only have the most 8-cent profit getting out. Okay, that would have been enough. So this could be about to be a big drop here. So let's see. Okay, that was enough. If I can get it, I got it. Okay. Tried to get out for a decent trade. I got it up at like the 30-something cents. Let's see if it can hit up there again. I'm looking at the ask right now, not the market maker. And I'm watching the overall move of it. It was 25 cents was the best I could have done if it got me. 26 cents. I want to back up into the 30s and 40 cent, that area, before I want to short it again. It's making a pretty big move. There was 30 cents. It's enough. That's enough. That was enough to make a profit. So had I gotten it at the 30 cents. Does seem like it wants to go back down. So, I should have grabbed it up there. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Will it hold the 41 as support? No. Let's get a bigger look at this picture here. It's longer on the, Okay, I'm getting ready to buy the bid as it goes down here. If it can, yeah, was that it? I saw the magnet come in and hit it. That could have been it there. I wanted to get closer to this level. It's been hitting more than the 50-cent level. Let's see. Nope, that was it. That was its low. So Charlie's same share size as me, so you are 220. So you're very close. 58, 53. One more pop. Get me? 39. Pick me up at the 39. Pick me up at the 39. Canceling. It's too much time without me assessing. Looks like it's going to go down more, so get a bigger dip to grab it down there. Oh, turned around at the 50 cents again. Come on. One more hit down. That's it. Darn it. Didn't pick me up down there. We had a good trade, and it just didn't pick me up. If you came in late, I was not on this morning due to an appointment, and I decided to put some time in on a after RV situation here, and but I won't be trading for all that much longer. We have made our goal. Really pounding on that 50 cents, huh? I just don't know if it's about to be a breakdown because of it. The 5 minutes just real sketch looking, just basically going on indicators, and buyers weakened here, so I already had a 20-cent trade there. I could have made it. 46. Get into the 30s again for me, will you? 44. There it goes. Pick me up. 36. Okay. I feel fairly comfortable with that, unless it just does a massive flush here. Kind of surprised it's not going up faster than that. And swelling back up. There we go. Got to 284. And of course, there was a lot more money that got left on the table. With 100 shares, I'm going for just over 10 cents on the risk oscillator, about half to 10 to 15 cents of what it says you should go for based on the average of the last 9 candles, so that I stay safe and green and don't get over greedy. So yes, you could hold it longer and make more, but could have gone the other way too. So take your money, be happy. Don't get FOMO that you didn't stay in longer because you made money, The more you push that envelope, the more you break what it says to do, the more chances you have of it going big red on you. So yes, you could look at it and go, if I just would have. But it's better to be consistently, the tortoise wins the race, right? Consistently climbing up. You add that to every day of the month. You've got a mortgage, your car payment, your utilities, groceries. I don't know how you live, but it can be, $3,000, $4,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month. You just, this is over $5,000. If you made that every day in a month, you got over $5,000 to put towards your expenses in a month. And you don't have to spend much time on here to do it. I mean, I've been on here less than, I don't even know how long I've been on here, like 30 minutes or something. So does this say how long I've been on here? I don't know. I thought it read on the stream. I don't see the number. But I think it's been about 30 minutes. And that's what we got already. And I had one bad trade, like a $60 negative or something, and I came back from it. Yeah, so I was going to stop at 11. I don't know if we can get another trade in here. That was right at the 341. I actually wasn't paying too much attention. I should have been thinking about getting in here. So there's a rickshaw man to turn this around. But the seller's only made it to half up that volume, so not holding high hopes that it won't bust through here again. It was just up at like 15 cents here and 30 cents there and almost 40 cents right there, just 5 to 6 minutes ago. So now we're getting closer into the area where I might think about shorting it. I'd like to get up in the 30-cent range again, if we can get that high. There it goes. That was a good trade already. That would have got me over $300 there if I just would have grabbed it up at the 28, 29. Let's see. Looking at the ask, thinking about it here because it keeps fading. Get me in the mid-20s again, and I'll do it. But nope, it's fading off. You can literally see what you're up against, kind of like here too. Like you want to remember, that how far you can make the trade if you get into it, what you should expect it to go in your direction if you've called the direction correct. So wow, here we go. So that was a big fade off there, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and try to get in there. I'm kind of pushing a trade here. I got it at 51 cents. Got it at 48 cents. Good for you. Yep, I just saw it was 300, so I went for it. So I'm going to stop there at 300, guys, for this session anyway. And that's good. That's a good month. Add it to our month. We'll do an update on that. I hope some of you got some trading in with me and you were doing good on your own otherwise. But if you just came in, you didn't miss me. I was in later today due to an appointment. So you just saw me reading. I was literally reading the indicators based on the pivot points that I've drawn here as we started the open session here. Relied a lot on the Scalp Pro and the risk oscillator, and definitely some for the buy-sell oscillator and the MACD. We're calling them perfectly here. You can see. I did one bad trade. It was like a $60 negative and then pulled out of it. And that was right when I started streaming. And other than that, he's got a new layout. It's got some new stuff you probably haven't seen. I already went through it, but you don't see it now if you just came on. But there's a new ticker across the bottom. It just shows it black right now. But okay, guys. Well, listen. Thanks for watching, and I will be on in the morning. And good luck today. Stay green. Go green.